Morning, everyone. How are we? I've snuck on early, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I got growled on the phone by Nathan Schilling. He said, Buck, what are you doing going live at 2 o'clock? He said, the test match starts. I didn't think of that, and we could win it quite quickly. So, Nathan, sorry about that. He said, Buck, you diddly donk, the cricket starts at 2 o'clock. I didn't even think about that. So, there's Nathan. That's Nathan now. Texted me. So, anyway, we'll wait for a few people to get on. There's 3 on there. Hope you're all having a good weekend so far, everyone. I am. I've had a great weekend so far. Haven't done much, but tell you all about last night. Drop Bear, how are you, mate? Drop Bear Prospecting. Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm going good, mate. Thanks. Hope you're well and the family. Stone Man's Fishing. G'day to you. G'day, Rowan Martin. How are you, mate? Hope you're well. When were you? Are you out at bloody Barkey yet, mate? I don't know if you're out there yet or you're moving on. Are you definitely moving out there? And you can guarantee me and Gidgy Gorilla will be out there at some stage, mate. We want to get out there. I know Ken is keen to get out to Bark Alden because our grandfather's on the war memorial out there. A lot of our great uncles and stuff like that are in the museum, part of the Bark Alden rugby league team. A lot of Rogers is in there. So, we'll be out there, mate. We'll catch up and see. There's no shortage of pubs in Barkey, is there? There's about bloody 4 of them just in the main street there. Yeah, we're going to call about that, talk about that, Gary. Don't pull the trigger on that yet, mate. They're still refining it. And that one I've got, mate's only a demo model. Suzanne, the lady I'm in contact with from that company, she contacted me this morning and she said, Buck, I sent the video clip to her. They didn't want me to put it up until they'd seen it in case you bag them out or whatever, which I didn't. And anyway, she said, oh, can you put that up now, please? She said that was really good. She was really happy with it. And she noticed I was struggling with the front door. So she's going back to the factory and going to get them to check the front door. I've chipped them about no pizza paddle in the CES, the complete equipment schedule, we used to call it in the Army. So I've chipped them on that. So I think you'll find when it comes out, Gary, it'll probably have, maybe they'll refine the front door so it's not so fiddly. You got to hold your tongue right to get it in. It's a little bit fiddly. Sometimes it just goes straight in. Other times you got to wriggle it around a bit. She noticed me fumbling around with that. It might have been just me. Anyway, and I said, no instruction book and no pizza paddle. Got to put that in there, even if it's just a simple instruction book. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to set it up, but put a little instruction leaflet in there. That's only a demo model I've got, mate. They are still refining it, so don't pull the trigger on one yet. And yes, they are going to be a bit over about the 400, low 400s, which is definitely cheaper than an uni. I've just priced unis, and they're in the 550 to over 600 range. So they're definitely going to be cheaper than an uni by the look of it, which is their competition. But, mate, first cook-up, really, I can't wait to get the pellets. I think it's going to, as you said, Gary, the pellets are going to cook hotter and whatever. Shut up, Nathan, I'm live. And, so the wood chips work well. They burn out really quick. The wood chunks, small wood chunks, work really well. I've got those apple wood chunks in there, but I'm definitely going to go and get some cherry pellets. There is a bag of a 12-pack of flavoured wood chips coming out, and you'll be able to buy those from Vino as well, Gary. 12 different flavoured wood chips. Whether you can taste it in the food, I doubt it, but you can definitely smell it when the smoke aroma. You could definitely smell that mesquite smell, and it smells good in the shed there. So really happy with how the steaks came out. I'm gonna keep practice. That was only my first go. I'm gonna try and, I know for you, Gary, they were a little bit overdone for me, actually. I'm gone down to medium well. They were well done. Was my first crack. I know you eat your steak blue, mate, but you'll be able to get a nice sear on either side and pull them out, and everyone likes their steak. That was probably, I've gone from well done back to medium well now, mate. I don't mind a slight bit of pink in the middle. I mean, slight bit. That was well done. I took Roz's steak in, and even she said that wasn't medium. She said you overdid the medium. So I even used the thermometer, still got it wrong. So it's all trial and error. But Gary's first impressions, mate, they're brilliant. And I've got a little King's duffel bag, and it fits beautifully into a King's duffel bag. Beautifully into a duffel bag, mate, so you can carry it out camping with you. Put a bit of a foam or something in the bottom to protect it, and it fits in a duffel bag. You'll see that on the next clip when I do pizzas with it. So, yeah, they're a good thing, Gary. I'm really excited, and I really enjoyed that cook-up yesterday, mate, or the day before, whenever I did it. No, it wasn't yesterday. It was the day before. YouTube saying I'm live. I've been live for 5 minutes, you diddly donk. So, anyway, let's do some more shout-outs. Steve's on. Steve and Annie and Winnie and Jasper from Soar Adventures. G'day, mate. How are you? I saw Fuller, everyone. He's got a problem. You reckon I got a problem? Fuller's worse. He was in a camping shop this morning and sent me a picture near an igloo esky. He said, Buck, you have to do a review on this one. And Fuller was near the igloo eskies. Don't get any ideas, Fuller. Don't go out buying eskies and doing reviews on them. I've already done it. You're too late. But he's in the camping shop, everyone, and he'll be buying, so you can guarantee he didn't walk out empty-handed. That little Gary Pye probably saw it too. That new charcoal cooker you got, Steve, is a beauty. You can put 2 roasts and some veggies on there. That look really good, mate. Yeah, great. Great to come out really good. That looks like a good bit of gear. And over the heat beads, you didn't really need a lot of heat beads in it either. I don't know. Gidgey cooks with heat beads. I prefer charcoal. I know the heat beads provide a nice, probably for rotisserie and that. What's in the heat beads, but is there chemicals in there? I don't know. Gidgey uses heat beads. He swears by them. In the Weber, I don't know what's in them. Charcoal, as you know, you get proper charcoal. It's just wood, everyone. There's no chemicals in it. Heat beads are made with some sort of, I don't know what's in them. What's in a heat bead, anyone? Does anyone know? Is it bad for you? Jeffrey Keane, g'day, mate. Hope you're well. Lukey Reed, the diddly donk from Launceston, is on. G'day, Lukey. Blue Dog's on. G'day, Blue Dog. They were timber charcoal, so they had a really good taste, and it's a great product. Oh, okay, mate. Yeah, I know the normal heat beads, the actual heat bead brand. They're like a compressed fuel. They burn really hot. Terry G uses them, you know, for on top of his camp oven and that, which is fine. But when you're actually doing meat over them, I'm just worried about is there anything unnatural that you shouldn't be cooking over with them. I don't know. A bit late now, isn't it? I've probably been cooking with them for years, but yeah, they're good. I like charcoal. Charcoal burns out a bit quicker than what those heat beads. Those heat beads last a long time. Yes, I know. Yeah, the coconut ones. I went into Bunnings recently, mate, and tried to find that blue bag of coconut charcoal because I rate that stuff. They're compressed like a heat bead, but they're made out of coconut, and it's coconut charcoal, not the actual meat of the coconut, probably coconut husk and that. They were really good. They burn out fairly quick, but they got nice and hot. They didn't have them. I hope Bunnings are going to keep stocking that charcoal, the coconut charcoal in the blue bag. Soak the heat beads in kerosene for 24 hours, then chuck them on the fire. Yeah, soaking them in kerosene. I wouldn't be cooking over them. It's all right to get a fire going, I suppose. But, yeah, cotton wool ball with Vaseline in it is a great fire starter too, guys. Get a cotton wool ball and just rub Vaseline into it, put them into a press seal bag, couple of cotton wool balls, light them up, and they burn. They're great fire starters. A cotton wool ball with Vaseline on them. Great fire starters. I bought these I saw they were in a green bag, Steve. Green probably being environmentally friendly. I bought these ones at Bunnings. They are compressed timber in a green bag. All right. I'll have to give them a go, Steve. I haven't seen that because when I saw it, I thought they're usually in a black and orange bag, heat beads, but you had the green bag, which is maybe a more natural one. So, all right, I'll have to give them a go. I've never used the green ones. I don't know if they're new on the market or what they are, but the blue bag in Bunnings that was compressed coconut charcoal, that was really good stuff. And I'm sure you can still get it, but my Bunnings might have just run out of stock at the time. Yes, they are, Rowan. Corn chips are good fire lighters as well. I've seen that. and the lint from a clothes dryer. So what I mean, if you go out on, yeah, absolutely, the lint from a clothes dryer, when you pull the filter out of your clothes dryer, not that I have a clothes dryer up here, probably should have one, pull the lint out, put that in a bag. That's good fire starting stuff too. Corn chips, because they got a lot of oil in them, corn chips work well, but the old cotton ball with Vaseline work well too. So do Army Hexy tablets, and so do normal Samba fire lighters. They're made out of compressed kerosene. My dad used to call kerosene, everyone, Boy Scouts match. go, because back in my day, barbecues didn't have gas barbecues. You had wood barbecues. Remember the old brick barbecue in the backyard with a hot plate, and you'd chop your little bits of wood up, put them in, and scrunch the newspaper up, and that was how you started it. And Dad would always go and grab the bottle of Boy Scouts match, bottle of Caro, and he'd throw a bit of Caro in, and up she'd go. But we were cooking on a hot plate, so it didn't really make any difference if you were using kerosene. But yeah, I froth the fire wall lighters. I froth the fire wool lighters, natural. Broader, put that in English for me. Border 3303, put that in English for me so I can understand it, will you? I tried to read that 3 times and it didn't make sense. Getting hot up here in Gladstone. I've got the aircon on at the moment, everyone, but let's go through the weather. I'll do some more shout-outs after that. Nathan Schilling, you're the reason I'm on early. I forgot all about the cricket, mate. Well, it looks like we're going to give the Poms a walloping again. Speaking of Poms, is Andy Richards or Steve W on, or Scruffy Bollocks up in the mother country? We can rub it into them. About to towel them up in the second test. Timber wool. I've never heard of it, mate. I've heard of steel wool, timber wool. No, those big seeds that, you can, the timber wool, never heard of it, mate. I carry MAP gas blow torch as a plumber, so really, yeah, you got the old white fella fire lighter, mate, the big blow torch. Yes, exactly. Yeah, they're good, aren't they? Won't be on here. No, that's all right. Nathan sent me a message, everyone, said Marky might not be on. He's up with his mum. And Marky's mum's getting on now, everyone. She's in a nursing home at Scone. And Mark, if you do see this, mate, hope shout out to you and your dear old mum, mate. Marky's mum's well into her 90s now, everyone. And, when your parents get to that age, you've got to spend every moment you can with them, mate, because you don't know how much longer they're going to be around. And I tell you what, it hurts. Mark's already lost his dad, as my dad's gone too, me and Gidgy's dad, and it bloody hurts when you lose your parents, I'll tell you. It really does. Anyway, nice here at the moment. We had a heat wave a couple of weeks ago. It was putrid hot, but 28 at the moment here, 11 o'clock in the morning, 28 degrees. So, yeah, not a bad day up here. My brother-in-law next, he's out mowing his lawn. Righto, who else we got? So, Innisfail's 28. 9:14, Mr. Bullet, are you out of bed yet? Is he on? Get out of bed, Mr. Bullet. It is 21 and sunny over in Perth. Good stuff. 21, how good's that? It's only 9 in the morning. Every Sunday morning, everyone will be heading down to the beaches in Perth, down to Fremantle Beach, Port Beach, Leighton Beach, City Beach, Scarborough Beach, all the beautiful beaches there at Perth. Used to love that. I miss that when I was living over in Perth with the kids. Every Sunday morning, we go down to the beach, have a quick early morning dip in the ocean, and then we come home and or go to a park or whatever, and we'd have a barbecue breakfast. And we'd have bloody, sausages and bacon and whatever. And I had a bread maker back then. And Saturday night, I put a loaf of bread in the bread maker, and you wake up Sunday morning to the smell of bread through the house. We go down the beach, have a quick swim, take the dogs down for a run on the beach, jump in ourselves, and in the Indian Ocean, which was quite bloody cool, a lot cooler than the Pacific. And then we'd come home and have a barbecue breakfast. It was really good. That was like a Sunday morning tradition over in Perth. Malcolm Draycott, how are you, mate? Good day, old lad. G'day, mate. I hope you're well. London. London, it's 1:15 in the morning. That's why Andy Riches and Steve W are not on. They will be counting sheep as we speak, everyone, and it is 9 degrees. 9 degrees in London. Oh, it is going on winter up there, which is not too bad compared to someone we're going to get onto in a minute. New York City, 8:15 last night, 3 degrees in New York. Starting to cool down over there. Yep, that's me again. Portland. Now, has anyone seen John? He was on a cruise. Last time I saw he was on a cruise. Haven't heard from him for a while. I think his ship sunk, everyone. There he is. He's on there. Just as I said. Did your ship sink, John? We haven't heard from you for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, and you went quiet a lot. His ship sunk. Hey, all, been a couple of weeks. Just saw the stream. Hope all as well. You're still on the cruise, mate? I presume you are. You're going to be on the cruise for a month. Are you still on the cruise, John? Good to hear. I was thinking this morning, like, I haven't heard from John for a while. Hope his ship didn't sink. And where are you? If you're on the ship, where are you at the moment, mate? Are you still around the United States, or have you gone back down into the Caribbean there, or the Caribbean, as you guys call it? How come you blokes changed all the King's English? Always the Yanks, always changing the King's English. Caribbean. It's the Caribbean. We argue all day over how to pronounce words like aluminium and aluminum. I didn't know aluminum was spelled ALOOM triple O, heaps of O's in it. It's aluminium. Why is this thing coming up with email names again? I don't know, mate. Broader, yeah, YouTube just changed it. It goes at Broader3303. I don't know. That's just a new thing YouTube's done. YouTube's bloody starting to get a bit silly, and it's going like Facebook and that. It's, I don't know. I don't know much longer Buckarooni's going to be around on social media, guys. It's turning into a cesspit. Social media, I got off Instagram ages ago. That was just putrid garbage. I'm not on X. I'm not. The only thing I'm on is Facebook, which is just the only reason I'm on Facebook, everyone, is so that I can let you people know about my charities. If it wasn't for needing Facebook to let you people know about stuff, I would not be on there. I'd be gone. And YouTube is just becoming a heap of short AI-driven. You don't know what's real on YouTube anymore. AI's killing it, and it's taken away from people who actually go out and do the hard yards and get a camera and actually try to make real content. Just people now sitting back on a computer making AI shit and getting paid for it from just producing AI. It's garbage. Producing AI shorts and that, and then getting and monetizing it. All right, YouTube need to say, if this is AI, you're not allowed to monetize it. But it's Google. It's all about the money for those assholes. So anyway, we are home. Dana is going in for surgery on Monday. I'm on nursing. Oh, mate, good luck to Dana, whatever that may be. Hope you enjoyed your cruise, and good to see you got home. Yeah, it's haven't seen a clip from you for a while, mate. But all right, you got home nice and safe. Hope you enjoyed your cruise, and good luck to Dana on Monday, mate, for her upcoming surgery. And my cousin Paddy, everyone, me and Gidgey's cousin Paddy's going in for heart surgery on Tuesday. So he probably won't see this. But cousin, good luck, mate. We're thinking of you. And we're thinking of Dana too. Let's give Dana, John's wife, everyone, let's give Dana a thumbs up in the chat room and wish her all the best for her upcoming surgery. I'm sure it'll all go well, mate. And, yeah, it's not nice when you know you've got to go under the knife and go in for, doesn't matter if it's a small surgery or whatever. If you've got to go under general anesthetic, then it's big enough, isn't it? Doesn't matter how big the operation is. You go under general, you go under general. So, yeah. Yeah. That Wednesday night, everyone, Snorky and Rob the Wanderer are doing a hot sauce challenge. That's going to be good. That's going to be a beauty. I'm looking forward to that, Rob. But Rob 1 and Rob 2 doing the hot sauce challenge. So I don't know, Rob Richmond, if you're into chili. I've never heard you mention you're into chilies and whatever, but and he's invited Rob the Wanderer along. I don't know if Rob the Wanderer is into his chili either, guys. I honestly don't know that. Broken. Oh, no. John. Dana broke her ankle on the cruise. Oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Maybe that's why you had to put the camera down, mate. But look after Dana. It's starting to make sense now because I was thinking, geez, John hasn't put a clip out. Dana broke her ankle. Oh, shit, no, mate. That's no good. Anyway, nothing too serious, okay? I'm sure she'll recover okay from that. Maybe get a little pin put in it. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Tell Dana she is a diddly donk. I bet it's your fault. It's John's fault for not holding her hand going down the stairs or something. And, that's no good, mate. Bloody hell. That puts a damper on the cruise, doesn't it, when you break your bloody ankle? And then and if it's broken, did you have to leave the cruise early, mate, because of that? Or did you, I guess when you broke an ankle, you can't get off the ship, you can't move around the ship. Did you finish the cruise off and Dana was in a wheelchair? I don't know. Oh, no, mate, that's no good. Okay, it's making sense now. She broke it and they had to fly home early. Oh, dear, oh, dear. Oh, that's a shit ending to your holiday, mate. Anyway, all the best to Dana, mate, and, she'll bounce back from that. In 12 months' time, you'll be sitting out camping and having a laugh about it, I guess. And, that's bloody shocking. Dear, oh, dear. Yeah, just simple accidents sometimes, can just bloody really spoil things. But no one was, yeah, at least it's a broken ankle. It could, there's nothing too serious. Let's put it that way. Shut up, Buck, you waffling shit. Gary Pye, chili adds new meaning to hot ass. Yeah, I know. I put a thing up and said, make sure you put the toilet paper in the freezer for the next morning. So when you wipe your ass, it at least gives you some cool relief after the chili sauce. They better be bloody hot too. And when I mean hot, they better be like Carolina Reaper hot. I want to see you two suffer in this chili sauce challenge. I don't want it to be Tabasco hot. I want it Carolina Reaper hot, you two. I agree. Yeah. It has opened up an area for people who want to create something but have not been able to do it in the past. Yeah, I know, Rob, but, mate, have you seen all the shorts on YouTube now? 90% of it's AI, mate. I'm not talking about you making a song and all that. I've got no problems with that. But a lot of people are just creating film clips, and you're starting to have to look now. It's getting that good. You don't know if it's real or what it is. And it's just, some of it is just absolute shit. Animals, dogs coming out and saving the kid from a bloody mountain lion and all that. And you look at it and you think, it's just AI garbage. It's like it's getting done to death, and it is killing social media, the AI side of things. I know it's very clever. There's some stuff on there that's funny. I'm over the Yeti stuff now. That's just getting done to death. It's just getting done to death, and it's taking away from people who go out and create normal content. I think YouTube need to separate and have a YouTube Mark II, -2, and that's all the AI shit there. And then the real stuff's there. So you can go, if you don't want to see AI, you go to the real stuff. They need to separate it. They won't, but they need to, because there's a lot of shit on there, and AI is just friggin' garbage. And I'll tell you now, when I give the Buckaroony channel away, guys, which is coming sooner rather than later, I think it's coming to an end in the near future, I think. Might have 12 months left in me, maybe. I almost threw it in again this year, everyone. You don't know how close I've come to going. I'm over it. But it's the charity shit that keeps me going, not the going out filming camping trips. I'm over that shit. It's doing stuff for charity that keeps me going. But to be successful in that, you've got to do other stuff. You can't just sit here and do charity. You've got to go out and give people things to watch too. I still enjoy my cook-ups. I still enjoy my camp cooking and my backyard cooking. I should really change the channel to Buck's Backyard Cook-Ups, because that's what I enjoy doing, everyone, and having a chat on a live feed. going out filming camping trips and getting in the caravan and filming, driving around in the caravan. I'm over that shit. It's been done to death and people are sick of seeing it. So anyway, there's me whinge for the day. I will miss the content and the jibbers. Yeah, I know, mate, but it can't go on forever. I'm bloody... Yeah, so as I said, I still enjoy the cook-ups, everyone. I still enjoy that. If you like the cook-ups, I love trying out cooking different stuff on different implements, even if it's just in the backyard. I don't think it really matters where you film your cook-ups. You can do a cook-up. People just like watching. I do. I love watching cook-up channels and stuff like that. So anyway, but it's not going to go on forever, everyone, because social media has just become, it's just garbage now. Tits and ass and AI, just relentless. AI is just killing YouTube, I'll tell you now. And they need to separate it. They need to separate it. There needs to be real shit here. I was watching something the other day. John, you'll know this one. The USS Indianapolis, everyone, was a warship that was sunk in World War II. It delivered the atomic bomb from memory. And on its way home, it was torpedoed and sunk by a Japanese submarine. 1,100 sailors went into the water, and over half of them were drowned and taken by sharks. Oceanic white tips were the types of sharks. There's two movies out. One was called USS Indianapolis, but the original movie was called Mission of the Shark, and it was based on a true story. The captain of that ship got found guilty for not zigzagging, because after the war, the Japanese submarine commander said the reason I got the torpedo, he wasn't zigzagging, so he became an easy target. They found the captain guilty of negligence. He ended up taking his own life in the 60s because he couldn't live with the guilt of he lost so many men because of his mistake, and a lot of them got taken by sharks. It was a bloody, my goodness. Saw an interview once of a bloke who was in the water that day, an old American guy, and he said there weren't too many atheists in the water for those couple of days we were in the water, not enough life rafts. He said I don't remember hearing an atheist. He said everyone was saying prayers, because at the same time every day, morning, afternoon, the sharks would turn up and have a feed and come back the next day. It must have been terrifying. How did I go down that rabbit hole? What was I speaking about? Oh, I saw a short clip the other day on YouTube about the USS Indianapolis, and it was a submarine that apparently went down. They found where it sunk, and a submarine went down to see what it looks like today. Anyway, it was so realistic, and then all of a sudden you see a weapon on the deck of the ship under the thing, and it was an AK-47. And then I thought, this is AI. Like, right up until that moment, I thought, this is unbelievable. And then there was an old rusted AK-47 on the deck of the USS Indianapolis, which is a modern Russian weapon that wasn't around in World War II. Anyway, I got on there and said, this is just garbage, mate. AI garbage. Anyway, he replied back to me, yeah, I'm trying to refine it. And yeah, I'll refine it. Just, we don't want to see that shit. AI garbage is just killing it. It's absolutely killing. I know AI does good songs and all that, Rob, but when you see how much of it's on the internet now, it's garbage. Yeah, so when Buckaroony goes, everyone, I don't think you'll see. I won't even watch social media, I don't think. I'll just go back and, what did we do back in the 80s before social media? Go out and enjoy ourselves again. Anyway, I was going to talk about something. Yeah, USS Indianapolis was a tragedy due to radio silence, due to security around the delivery of the atomic bomb, yeah. But they actually delivered the bomb, John. It was when they were on their way home. Yes, I know, and they still probably couldn't. Yeah, it was bloody terrible. That Mission of the Shark is the original movie, and then just Indianapolis or something is the new. They made a remake of it, and it's pretty terrifying. And they were big oceanic white-tip sharks, apparently, is the sharks that did the damage. Hundreds of sailors got taken by sharks. And I was reading another one the other day. The biggest animal attack in history was in World War II as well, and it was off the coast of Myanmar or Burma back in those days. And the Japanese were retreating through a swamp, and they estimate that up to 1,000 Japanese soldiers were taken by crocodiles when they tried to retreat off this island. The Allies were forcing them off, and they had to retreat through this massive big swamp that was just, must be hundreds of and I reckon up to 1,000 Japanese soldiers were taken by crocodiles. That's the shit of nightmares, isn't it? That's still today the largest mass killing of that animals have inflicted on humans was that thing in World War II. Dear oh dear, imagine that. I think I'd rather take a bullet than get a crocodile eat me. Dear oh dear. But anyway, where are we going with that one? I was doing the weather before I got sidetracked myself and went down another bloody rabbit hole. So that's right. It was John's fault. I just got to Portland, Oregon. It's 5:31 in the afternoon over there. Yesterday, John's back in the past, and it is overcast and 11 degrees in Portland. Not that John's in Portland, but he's not too far from it. 5:31 Saturday afternoon. Hopefully John's having a beer and a Coors Light or a Bud Light. And 5:31, 11 degrees. That's Celsius. I've got my phone set to Celsius. So 11 degrees, which is pretty cool. Ensenada, where Steve Wilkes is, same thing, 5:32 p.m. and 16 degrees down in Mexico. There you go, where Steve's in. Mike Blakely, Denver, Colorado, 6:32. So they're an hour ahead. Mike's a little bit further east. 6:32 Saturday night. Denver, 2 degrees. Wow, 2 degrees in Denver. Mike will be having a few Guinnesses to warm himself up. Lauren, my daughter over in Bustleton, 9:32 in the morning in West Aussie on Sunday morning. It's 21, same as Perth. It's only 2.5 hours south of Perth. Slacken, it's 8:32 at night, Saturday night, over in Toronto, Canada. It's 8:32 and 1 degree. Slacken said it was minus something there the other day, down in the minus 11 or something. So it's starting to get real cold in Canada now, everyone. Dear oh dear. We're back to Innisfail. There you go. There's the weather report. It's warm in the southern hemisphere and cool in the northern hemisphere. How's that for a great weather report from this bloke here? Anyway, I was going to talk about something else. Now, so on to something. We're having bushfires down here, John, at the moment. Every bloody summer we get bushfires down here, or what do you call them? Wildfires, I think you call them over there. You had some terrible ones in California last year, or was it early this year? California gets some terrible bushfires. Well, New South Wales coast is having them at the moment, and 16 houses got burnt down overnight in a couple of little places. Oh, Bulladulla I've heard of before. Bulladulla, I think, is here, and Coolawong. 16 houses burnt, and that's right near the coast, everyone. They're showing aerial footage. You see the beach and then houses and bushland. So it's not like it was out in the bush. This is like right near the coast. Obviously, a lot of trees around, and somehow the fires got in there, and they've got aerial bombers, and the New South Wales Rural Fire Service look like they're pretty well. There was a Chinook helicopter, big twin rotor, Chinook, that Hercules, a Boeing 737, and all the smaller stuff. So they've got some pretty heavy duty gear to fight the fires. So let's say, and Brad Howell, shout out to Brad Howell, everyone. Brad was out with the East Maitland Rural Fire Service in their truck. Brad's a volunteer firefighter, everyone. And Brad was out fighting fires all day yesterday. So let's give Brad Howell a thumbs up. Brad's out there in his own time, everyone. Bloody fighting fires down there in New South Wales. And I dare say Jason Slade, I'm not sure if Jace is out there at the moment. Jace is also a volunteer firefighter and usually goes out and battles the fire. So if you're out there, fellas, stay safe and good luck, and thanks for everything you do. The old volunteer firefighters, they're a special breed, and Brad is a qualified firefighter, everyone, but he's also, now he's retired, he's volunteered in the rural side of things, and he's got a lot of experience there. Brad's a true legend, absolutely is. And stay safe, Bradley, and keep up the good work, mate. Absolutely fantastic. So, yeah, Greggy Campbell got his new caravan, everyone. Him and Jenny got their new caravan yesterday, I think it might have been. So exciting times for them. I know they've been waiting for a little while. Thank God they didn't get a zone RV. They may not have got it. We'll have a little chat about that soon. I'm not going to go down too far down a rabbit hole, but that one was out of left field. It was bloody unexpected for a lot of people, especially the poor bastards who had hundreds of thousands of dollars ready to pick their caravan up, and they turned up and the gates were closed. Unbelievable. Went into voluntary administration. Voluntary administration means they knew they were in trouble, everyone. What pisses me off, and for anyone wondering, you know I'm good mates with Tofty, who was the CEO of Zone. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. Tofty left Zone a while ago, several months ago, everyone. He's got a new job out in St. George. So for all those aware, the other day when Zone went down the gurgler and they were still taking money off people right up to the final minute and then closed the gates, Tofty wasn't part of Zone back then, okay? Nor was Brad Hooker. They both had left Zone, everyone. So if anyone thinks Tofty was ripping people off for money right up until the last day, he's not with Zone and hasn't been with Zone for months, everyone, okay? You might have still seen him out on film clips with Zone, but they were filmed earlier this year. Tofty's living back out in St. George and doing a totally different job now. He's not associated with Zone. I haven't spoken to Tofty, but I can tell you now he wasn't the one involved in. Someone was there, but the owner, whoever the owner, Dave, someone, Bigot or Big, whatever his name, Bigger Hole. Someone knew. These old people someone was told they were about to get their caravan that day on the Friday morning or whatever it was, and they got a phone call and said you've got to pay your last $40,000 last lump of money. So they went to the bank, got the bank to transfer the $40,000, and by the time when they were at Zone sent them away apparently. Said we need the 40 before you hook your caravan up. We need your $40,000. They went into their bank, got the money transferred, came back. The gates were locked. That happened to about 3 different people apparently. Someone was contacted and said you got to pay your last $70,000, and apparently he was late getting to the bank, couldn't get it done. He said thank God, but he'd already paid like $100,000 on a caravan. They turned up, the gates were locked. Someone at Zone RV knew they were going down the gurgler and were taking money off people. That is fraud. That is theft. And I hope they go to prison. Whoever is it, whether it's the owner or whoever the CEO was at the time there, the chief financial officer, there was I'm sure the people down the bottom didn't know. They all turned up to work that morning in their high-vis stuff, ready for a day's work, and got locked out and then went to the pub. So the Zone RV workers didn't know this shit was going down, but you can guarantee people at the top knew about it, and are still taking money off people. It is absolutely putrid, and I hope the administrators come in, and I hope it gets investigated, and I hope the police get involved. I hope they call in the CIB and that some fraud charges. You look up the definition of fraud, that's friggin' fraud, everyone. Dishonestly obtaining a benefit, all right, getting money off people when you know things aren't right and knowing that they're not going to get the caravan, knowing that the gates are about to lock, but you're still getting money off them. That's fraud, everyone. It's theft. Look up the definition of fraud in Australia. It's exactly what it is. Police need to get involved, and I hope the arseholes in that small inner sanctum there that were deliberately ripping people off and draining poor old people of their last bloody savings, I hope they go to prison. I bet it doesn't happen, but I bet it doesn't happen. The administrators are going to come in and the banks will get paid out all their money. The tax office will get paid out all their money. Maybe some of the companies that did work for Zone RV, like Crazy Dog and bloody Red Arc and Dometic and who else was there? Cruise Master and all these companies. God knows how much money they're all owed by Zone. Maybe some of them might get some money back. You know who the last person to get anything back out of Zone RV will be? The poor bastards who own the caravan sitting in that yard. I hope anyone who fully paid for their caravan or just get to pick their caravan up. I'll tell you what, that was bad form. People need to go to prison for that. That is bullshit. I get that companies are going to go down the gurgler. I get that companies go broke. This didn't happen overnight, everyone. This shit happens over a long period of time. You can't tell me they don't sit there in a weekly meeting and frigging the chief finance officer brings everyone at the top there up to speed on the financial state of the company. So anyway, I'm just speculating now, but I'll tell you now, there's people there that ripped off some good Aussies, people that have put their life savings. Some lady said, we've put our life savings. This is our last hurrah. We wanted a good caravan to do our trip around Australia or just hit our 70s. This is our last hurrah, probably before we get too old to do anything else. And they just lost 170 grand. Their caravan sitting in there, probably going to get auctioned off. They get nothing out of it. Poor bastards. What about the people who went into the bank, paid the last $40,000? I'll tell you, know what I would have been doing? That ARB bull bar on the BT50 would have got a workout. I would have gone straight through the friggin' gates and said to put someone in a headlock and go, which one's my fucking caravan here? That one there, mate. I'm going to hook it up and I'm towing it out. Try and stop me. No way I would have let that money go down the gurgler. It was putrid, guys. I feel sorry for the people I feel sorry for the workers that are now without work, and I feel sorry for the poor bloody people that have still got caravans sitting in that compound. Disgraceful from Zone RV. Whoever it is who was responsible for that shit fight, you should be disgusted in yourselves. The people taking money right up until the last minute. Absolutely disgusting. Joshy Hatch, how are you? Anyway, there's a lot of people getting a lot of traction out there, a lot of YouTubers there monetizing, trying to get traction out of. That's all I want to say about Zone. I'm not going to sit here and have a crack at anyone personally, but someone in that company knew what was happening and they were still taking money off people. And then they came back to pick their van up and the gates were shut. That's police shit, guys. And that is certain people need to hit prison cells over that shit. I'll tell you now, they need to go to prison for fraud, for ripping off good Aussies that have busted their gut all their life to come up with that money. People who have busted their gut and how many people, let's face it, Zone RV caravans are friggin' expensive, everyone. You don't get much change out of 200 grand for one of their caravans. They were up there price-wise. Yeah, they're good caravans, but they are very, very, very expensive. Some people putting just nearly all their superannuation into it for their last hurrah. Buy a Forby, get a beautiful caravan, and do the lap of Australia to reward yourself for all the hard work you've done over the last 40 years or so. And then they turn up the hookup and the gates are shut. So those small ring of people at the top there, I hope they get what's coming to them. That's how I feel pretty strongly about it, guys. I feel very strongly about it. It's bullshit. I hate seeing good people getting ripped off. It's not fair. Yeah. Some on Gray's auction not long ago. Well, there you go. There's going to be a lot more on auction too because, it wouldn't be good to see someone else come in, I don't know, and bloody, I just want to see whether they're called Zone RV again, someone come in, Jaco buy him out or something. I don't know, and those poor bloody people get their caravan, but I don't think it's going to happen. Guarantee that any tax money that's owed to the tax office by Zone, the tax office will get their cut, the banks will get their cut, and the poor buggers that actually fork the money out, they're last on the priority list. It's shit how it works, but that's how it works. Yeah, rip-offs, I know. And that's why I said it's fraud. People were ringing up. So they was on the news, guys. I'm not making this shit up. There were people on the news there and said, we turned up the zone and got told, no, you've got to go on, you've got to pay your final 40,000. I thought, oh, we can't transfer it on. Went into their bank, and when they got back, the gates were shut. Oh, you can't have your van now. We've gone into administration. Nah, that's not on, guys. It's not on. It's bullshit. And I hope the people that knew that were ripping people off right up until the last minute, I hope you go to prison, you pieces of shit. Anyway, enough of that. I wasn't even going to talk about Zone RV, but I went down that rabbit hole. So my pizza oven, I've talked about that. I love that bit of kit. It fits beautifully in a little King's duffel bag too, just quietly. I had a King's duffel bag out there, pulled it out of the cardboard box. Perfect fit. You'll see that on the next clip. Absolute perfect fit in the King's duffel bag. And last night, everyone, or yesterday, we went to Roz's uncle and Auntie Mary and Uncle Jack. Jack was Roz's dad's brother, everyone. So Uncle and Auntie. Brett's, oh yeah, I'm glad Brett messaged me. I've got some exciting news for you. So we went to with the Torres Strait Island culture, everyone, after you get buried, a few years later, it could take up to 5 years. The family saves up the money and they have a beautiful, they call it a tombstone opening or a headstone opening. They call it a tombstone opening. Anyway, and then all the families and friends come from the islands and from everywhere. And yesterday morning at the cemetery, Uncle Jack, Auntie Mary, buried side by side, they unveiled the headstones, and they're beautiful headstones. Beautiful headstones. Here lies, Jack Savage, born on what island was it? Not Purima Island. Oh, bloody hell! One of the islands. They're both born in the islands up there in the Torres Strait. Beautiful. The Dari headdress, the Torres Strait Island symbol that's on their flag. The Dari, the traditional headdress. Beautiful headstones, everyone. Beautiful. And the family, they put up a big gazebo around the grave site, and they dress it up with banana and make it look really tropical and island, banana leaves and just all traditional Torres Strait type stuff. And then what happens is there was mats and cushions, and it's a traditional custom thing. And then they invite all the grandchildren in, and then they basically take everything out from under the gazebo, all the beautiful mats, the woven mats and the cushions and all that, and they take down all the banana stuff from around the outside and de-dress it, whatever, and then they unveil the tombstones. And it's a wonderful ceremony. So that was yesterday morning. It was quite hot, big crowd there. And then last night we went to the Innisfail Shire Hall, beautiful building, and they had a big feast there. So there must have been at least 250 people there last night. Not a drop of alcohol. Not a drop of alcohol anywhere to be seen. Tables all set up, big head table, and everyone comes in. Everyone's dressed up. All the ladies are dressed up in their beautiful island dresses and all that type of stuff, wearing the hibiscus in their hair and typical island type thing. And all the men, even us white fellas, all had a nice Hawaiian, an island type bright shirt on. That's how the islanders like dressing. And they had a lot of people come down from the islands. Darnley Island, that's the island I was thinking of, Darnley Island. And they had dancers from Yam Island and Darnley Island. They had dancers come down from both those islands with the drums and all that type of stuff and the traditional dancing. If you want to see some of it, what it looks like, John, on my Facebook page, mate, some of the island dancing last night. Anyway, they invite all the elders up to the Uncle Jack. Oh, sorry, Roz's, not Uncle Jack, Roz's cousin Jack, who's one of the sons of Jack and Mary, the son of the parents that died. He was like the MC, and he invited all the elders up to the head table. And Roz's mum got invited up first. Auntie Lola, they call her. So she got invited up first, and then a lot of the elders, some of the elders from the islands that came down, they get invited onto the head table, and then the food came out. Cup Murray, they had 3 Cup Murray pits, food cooked underground. They had pork, lamb, and turtle, everyone, and all the men. During the day they put 3 Cup Murray pits down around Innisfail, and then they bring all the meat up and put the meat in, wrapped up in alfoil in big eskies, and bring that into the kitchen at the Shire Hall. And you should have seen the food there last night. There's over 250 people, and there was enough to feed another 250 people. The Torres Strait Islanders know how to put on a feast, everyone. There was turtle. I don't know if there was dugong there last night or manatee. John, I think you might know them as manatee. The Torres Strait Islanders are allowed to hunt dugong and turtle up there. So they don't have butcher shops, everyone. They live off the ocean, and they're allowed to hunt turtle and dugong up in the islands. They're protected, as we know, for us white fellas, but Torres Strait Islanders, that's their meat. They live off it. They live off the ocean. Fish, turtle, and dugong, everyone. That's how they live. Every time there's something like this, they bring turtle and dugong down from the islands. They have to get a permit to do that, and it has to be all properly sealed, and I think the quarantine or something has to sign off on it. So they're not allowed to just smuggle it down. It actually comes down officially in big food containers and all that type of stuff. So there was all that there last night. They do coconut curry, chicken, vermicelli, all the stuff the islands. It was just unbelievable. Once everyone's eaten, and I had to roll out of there. I ate too much. And then the dancers come out. So the dancers from Yam Island came on, and they were wearing like a red skirt, if you can call it that, and a white singlet and their headdress. And Roz's dad I've seen a picture of Roz's dad doing island dancing, and that's how, like a red sarong with a white singlet and a white headband. Depending on what island they're from. Some islands wear the big, it's not there. I wish I had the Torres Strait Island, the big Dari headdress. They wear that big Dari headdress. So it depends every island's got a different dance, and they're all during the night they're all singing, doing island singing. And I said to Roz's mum, I said, "Do you understand that language?" She said, "No." She said, "That's Eastern language." She said, "Nagi Island's from Central." She said, "Us and the Western Islands and the Central Islands, we kind of spoke the same language, but the Torres Strait that were right out to the east, everyone, and I mean right out in the ocean there, way away, like Murray Island and Yam Island and those real far out ones, they have a different language." Okay, and Laura said, "No, I don't understand that language." She said, I can sing in traditional language, but it's a different language to what they're singing in." But it was just amazing. The women singing, the men playing the island drums, and then the dancers came out. Oh, unbelievable. And all the Darnley boys came on in the second dance. And a lot of the Green Sons, Georgie Savage and all them, they apparently spent the week rehearsing. So all the islanders that live in Innisfail and Cairns and that, they don't do that a lot down here. It's what they do up in the islands. So they trained with the Darnley boys all week. And then last night they came out. There must have been, 30 of them or something. It was fantastic. Really good culture. Really good culture. And I get the shits when I see people rubbishing Indigenous culture on YouTube, guys. There's a lot of real negative shit out there. I'm privileged to be kind of married into the family, if you know what I mean. I'm in that side of thing. I live in far north Queensland, where there are a lot of Torres Strait Islanders. A lot of Torres Strait Islanders live here in Cairns, in Innisfail, and far north Queensland. They come down from the islands. That's how Roz's mum and dad ended up here. Roz's dad, when the pearl industry started subsiding, he thought, I need work. So he came down back in the 60s to Innisfail and got a job on the railway. So Roz's dad worked on the railways for 30 years or some 40 years or whatever. So that's how we end up down here. So a lot of the islanders come down, they bring their kids down for a better education and all that. It was fantastic last night, and just the way that all the girls beautifully dressed, their hair's all beautiful, colourful dresses. They've got a really good culture, everyone. And I know a lot of people down in Melbourne and Sydney and that have got no idea about Torres Strait culture. It's totally different to Aboriginal culture. They're two different peoples, two totally different people. If you saw that last night, it had no resemblance at all to Aboriginal culture. Yeah, they do a dance. It's a totally different type of dance. So it was fantastic last night. I felt privileged to be there. And it was a really, really good night. Yeah, so if you haven't seen it, everyone, go on my Facebook page. And the last couple of clips I put up was a bit of the dancing from last night. Just have a look at it, because I know a lot of you guys are down south and Victoria, and where you don't even probably see that. I was camping once and I had the Torres Strait Island flag flying off the drifter camper trailer up in Cape York. And this lady walked past, like, looking, and she said, "What flag's that?" And I said, "It's the flag of the Torres Strait Islanders. It's the Torres Strait flag. It's a recognised Australian flag, one of the Indigenous flags. Everyone knows the Aboriginal flag." And I said, "Where are you from?" She said, "I'm from Victoria. I've never seen it before." And I thought, oh, my goodness. Well, there you go. So up here in North Queensland, we live with island people. We live with and Aboriginal people as well. We've got a high population of Indigenous people up here. I think it's fantastic. I love it. You know, walk downtown here, we got bloody Torres Strait Islanders, Aboriginal people, heaps of people from Vanuatu, South Sea Islanders now. A lot of South Sea Islanders, Vanuatu. A lot of Vanuatu people here now working on the bananas. And I know down south in New South Wales, you have a lot of Fijians down there. They come from Fiji to work on our farms and everything. I'll tell you now, without the Vanuatu boys and girls working on the bananas up here, you probably wouldn't have bananas down south, because Aussies don't seem to want to do any hard work anymore. I've spoken to banana farmers and they said, "Mate, if it wasn't for the backpackers and the Vanuatu, we wouldn't be able to get our bananas off the trees. No one wants to work." How many times have we heard that now? We're a lazy friggin' bunch of people now, aren't we? Self-entitled, sitting back wanting 100,000 a year. I know you're probably thinking, "Buck, here you are, sitting on an army pension. You don't even work." Yeah, I've done the hard yards, guys. I reckon I deserve it. But there's a lot of people out there that haven't lifted a finger and think they're entitled to 100,000 bucks a year. Bullshit. Wish I got 100,000 a year. I'll tell you now, I'll get nowhere near that. No, mate. No, John, no. No, and Torres Strait, everyone, I'll show you how to spell that properly. And as in the Torres Strait, if you look at a map of Australia, Jonga, the pointy bit on the eastern side, that's the Cape York. That's the pointy bit of Queensland, the best state in Australia, Queensland, the pointy bit. And then the big land mass above us there, directly above Queensland, is Papua New Guinea. Okay, you've got Papua New Guinea, and then you've got West Papua, or Irian Jaya, the big island of New Guinea. The eastern part of it is Papua New Guinea, an independent nation. Used to be an Australian colony up till 1975. And the western part is called West Papua, or Irian Jaya. That belongs to Indonesia. It shouldn't, but it does. So, yeah, and the Torres Strait Islands, mate, between the tip of Queensland and Papua New Guinea. And here we go, something you didn't know, everyone. In 1975, when Papua and New Guinea, it was called. Papua was the bottom part, New Guinea was the northern part. And up until 1914, New Guinea was a German colony. Did you know that? And Australia's first combat in World War I was not a Gallipoli. We went up and booted the Germans out of New Guinea, so we went up from Papua, which was an Australian colony. We went up and booted the Germans out of New Guinea in 1914 in World War I. So a lot of people don't know that. It wasn't Gallipoli our first skirmish. It was against the Germans in New Guinea. Now it's called 1975. It became Papua New Guinea, not Papua and New Guinea. It became Papua New Guinea. They became their own nation and got their independence from Australia. I spoke to a PNG colonel up there once when I was a defence advisor. I used to live up there. And he said the worst thing that ever happened to this country was we got our independence from you guys. He goes, have a look at us, because it's not in good shape, New Guinea, guys, very corrupt. I just think if that was still an Australian colony, that could be an amazing place. But it's not. Got its independence in 1975. It got it a bit too early, if you ask me. Where I was going with that one is the Australian government were going to draw a line halfway across the Torres Strait. The southern half was going to be Australia, and the northern half was going to be PNG, Papua New Guinea. Well, a lot of the islanders didn't like that, and the Queensland Premier at the time, Sir Joe Bjelke-Petersen, he went into bat for the Torres Strait Islanders, and thank goodness the Torres Strait now Australian territory is Saibai and Boigu Island. They are only 3 kilometres. You can actually see the mainland of Papua New Guinea from Saibai and Boigu Island. They're the most northern islands in the Torres Strait, and they're Australian territory. So Australia extends right up until 3 kilometres off the PNG mainland. There's a few islands there that are actually PNG, that belong to PNG, forget their names now. So from Saibai and Boigu Island all the way down is Australian territory. Nagi Island is about a third of the way from the tip of Australia. It's a third of the way to Papua New Guinea, about a third of the way up. That's where Roz's mum was born. Coconut Island's further northeast. And we've flown out there in a helicopter twice now. So Torres Strait, John. Torres was a Portuguese guy in the 1600s that sailed through there. He was Portuguese, and his name was Torres. And he named it the Torres Strait, S-T-R-A-I-T, as in a strait of water, not S-T-R-A-I-G-H-T. Straight line is G-H. A strait of water is spelt that way, Torres Strait. And the people from up there, Roz, is, if she puts down what ethnicity are you, she is a Torres Strait Islander. Born in Innisfail, but she's a Torres Strait Islander because both her mum and dad were full Torres Strait. And like anything last night, it was interesting to see there was a lot of like full Torres Strait Islanders there, full bloods, not the terminology you're allowed to use anymore. Full blood Torres Strait Islanders, like Roz is, and like her sisters and her brothers, and many of the elders there last night, Roz's mum, they're full Torres Strait. A lot of them were born up in the islands. But now you see a lot of them have come down, and a lot of interracial marriage. You know, a lot of them are, the girls and the men are married to white people, and the kids are white, and then the grandkids. So you see last night, you can see who the full-blood Torres Strait Islanders were, right down to some of the grandkids who were as white as me. So, yeah, it was a good to see. And you know what was good to see last night was when the Darnley boys were dancing, a lot of the young men, young 18, 19-year-old men there were carrying on the tradition. And they were little. Look at the last clip. There was little kids dancing as well, doing their traditional dancing. I saw girls up on stage mimicking the men and learning how to dance. And they're just so passionate about their culture. And it's good to see. I know a lot of culture is dying. I know if you can say we've got any culture at all, Australians, ours is going out I don't know what you could say our culture was, but drinking beer on a hot day, that's about it. But the Torres Strait Islanders are still passionate about their culture, their dancing, their kinship, their taidoo, their respect for elders. You can see the respect that the younger ones have for the elders, the way it should be, the way it bloody should be. Torres Strait Islanders have still got that, everyone. They've still got that. And the young kids wanting to learn how to dance, how to do their traditional dancing, they're carrying it on. I know a lot of Aboriginal mobs do it too, guys. I know a lot of the young fellas at the prison during NAIDOC week, they used to all get in and want to dance, and that it's fantastic. I love seeing them doing that. I love seeing our Indigenous people wanting to still stay connected to their culture. I think it's a good thing. I think it's a wonderful thing. It really is. So yeah, last night was I've seen it before, everyone, but it's a real eye opener. I would love to have taken a few of you guys there last night and said, sit back and watch this. I think you would have been there with wide eyes and would have gone, wow, this is amazing. So see you, Steve. Steve's off. Have a good week at work, mate. And I'll see you stay up Wednesday night to watch the two Robs in the Hurt Locker with the chili sauce challenge. Anyway, so yeah, it was a wonderful night last night. Watch my YouTube, not my YouTube clips, my Facebook page. And it's just little 1-minute clips of the dancing lane. You'll get a bit of an idea of what it was like. So yeah, Torres Strait, John, Torres, who was a Portuguese explorer back in the 1600s, sailed through the Torres Strait and named it, and strait as in a strait of water. So yeah, right up to 3 kilometres from Papua New Guinea is Australian territory. And if it wasn't for Sir Joe Bjelke-Petersen, everyone, the southern half, Nagi would have been in the Australian side, but Saibai and Boigu and Stephen Island and all those, maybe Mer, M-E-R, or Murray Island is the English name, maybe all those top, they would have all been part of PNG. And I tell you now, you would rather be part of Australia than PNG. I still think we can do a lot more for the Torres Strait Islands, guys, as far as infrastructure and subsidising fruit and vegetables and meat, and that goes up there. There's only one butcher shop in the Torres Strait, and that's on Thursday Island, and Roz's cousin Toshi Nakata owns that butcher shop. It's the only butcher shop on Thursday Island. All the other islands, the other 200 of them, I don't know how many of them inhabited, 30 or 40 of them. The rest of them, they all have to live off the ocean. That's how they live up there. They live traditionally. Yeah, a barge brings fruit and veggies in every now and then, and like the Sea Swift barge goes up. But my goodness, they pay through the year for meat. And I think it should be subsidised for them up there. It really should be. That's why they go out and hunt turtle and dugong and go fishing and crayfishing for lobster and that. They've got to live off the ocean because they can't afford to buy it every week when the barge comes in. It's too expensive. Yeah. Phil Taylor's all butthurt now because I said Queensland was the best state. You know it, Taylor. You want to move up here. You're the one who said, geez, I wish I was a Queenslander. I wish I could wear a maroon jersey. I heard it. I heard you say it once. Phil Taylor. Anyway, I hope you're not affected. Are you anywhere near the bushfires, Phil, on a serious note, mate? Hope you're not near the bushfires. If you are in New South Wales, guys, stay safe. If you're anywhere near the bushfire zones, stay safe, heed the warnings, and listen to the radio. And yeah, Jennifer G's on it. G'day, Jennifer. How are you? Gee, I've missed all your comments, everyone, because I got so tied up in that Torres Strait thing. I hope you all enjoyed listening to that. I know a lot of you out there, like John. John in the United States, before he watched this channel, probably never ever heard of the Torres Strait. You know, why would an American know where the Torres Strait was? You just wouldn't. A lot of Australians don't know where it is, everyone. How would an American know? But yeah, so anyway, Phil, are you near the bushfire zone? I've missed the Wanderers. Rob, make sure you got the milk on hand, mate. That's the milk and cucumber. They reckon eating cucumber helps with chili. If you're about to pass out, you know it's hot when you start seeing stars and you're about to pass out. That's when you go for the milk and the cucumber. If you go for it any earlier than when you start seeing stars, you're soft. You've got to put up with the pain. But yeah, have some cut up cucumber, Greek yogurt, sour cream, cucumber and Greek yogurt, or cucumber and some sour cream. Have some milk on hand. Don't drink water. All water does to chili is piss it off and make it worse. Do not drink water after you've just eaten chili. It makes it worse. You've got to drink milk or like Greek yogurt and cucumber. And you've just got to grit your teeth and put up with the pain. It's a bit like, John, a bit like getting hit in the face with OC spray. Sometimes it doesn't matter how tough you are, you just got to grit your teeth and put up with the pain. Wash it as good as you can, and then just grit your teeth and get through it. I've had it a couple of times. Once at the police academy, once at the corrections academy, and then once in a fight one night when my friggin' idiot partner missed the baddie and got me fair square in the head with OC spray. And I'm punching on with old mate. I'd already sprayed this bloke. Neither of us could see what we're doing. We're swinging punches at each other, and we're just swinging blindly. Anyway, I ended up we tackled him on the ground and got him. But then after that, I was water in my face. It stings like shit, that stuff. Yeah. I like chili. I do like chili. I used to like chili very, very hot, but I think if you just keep doing it all the time, it's no good for your stomach over a long period of time. So yeah, I know. I accidentally sprayed my partner one night. I battened a window out on a car, stolen car. There were 6 of them in there, up in Arakoon it was, 6 young Indigenous lads. So I reamed the side window out with my ass batten, and I let a Mark III go inside. I didn't realise my partner, I don't know how he did it. He somehow, I must have reamed it out and just pulled it so it unlocked the car, and he's gone to come flying in from the other side to start grabbing the baddies, and I was foaming her up inside, and he ran into it. So he said, "Oh, thanks for the face full of spray." I said, "I didn't know you were coming in from the other side, mate. I was reaming the window out. I didn't know you were going to come in the other door." But anyway, it was an accident. I owed him a beer after that. But yeah, she stings. And there's nothing worse than getting sprayed by your partner because they're diddly donks and they don't have a think about it. They just get too excited. You got to work out where your partner is and bloody where the wind's coming from. No, he's going like that. And there's bloody 20-knot wind coming back at you, and you spray it and she comes straight back in your face. That's not a good move. We used to have the large OC cans, the size, party cans. We had them, our cert boys, our response lads. In the prison, we didn't have OC spray for just about a year before I got out of the job. They gave us the small Mark IIIs to wear on our vests in the prison. Over there, you can see me with a blue vest on there. We had a Mark III. Our cert boys, our response boys, they all carried the party cans, the Mark 9s, I think they were. Yeah, the cert boys used to turn up with the Mark 9s, and they had some good distance on them. And when there was a big all-in brawl with like 20 or 30 crims in there, cert boys would just come in and just start spraying them like mosquitoes, mate. That used to slow them down. So, yeah, the old Mark 9s, good stuff. Yeah, we should have had – I think we should have had a Mark 9 in our cars, but we didn't. We were only issued with a little Mark III, and saved my ass quite a few times. And I had to use it on dogs a couple of times. Works well on dogs too. I had a big angry dog try to eat me one night, and I got in the police car, but I couldn't get the window up because the electric window and the ignition wasn't on. And I got in the car just before he got me on the ass, and he tried to come through the window at me, and I got him in the face, and that bloody sorted him out. So the old OC spray, it's saved me a few times. Anyway, it looks like we're giving the Poms a touch-up in the cricket again. Who here is into their cricket? John, normally Test match cricket, mate, our 5-day match, Test match cricket, they wear the white uniforms and they use a red ball, and it's played over a period of 5 days, 2 innings. They've gone to a day-night Test match now, and they use a pink cricket ball so that it stands out better at night under lights. I don't know about you guys. I'm colourblind, everyone. I have trouble seeing that pink ball on TV. I cannot see it. And have you noticed that the teams batting at night seem to struggle more than during the day? I reckon the batsmen are having trouble picking the pink ball up. What are your thoughts? Put a comment down. If you're into your cricket, Nathan, I know you are. I find that pink ball really, really hard. Wouldn't it have been better to have a white ball or an orange cricket ball? I'm sure they can make it. I know they make, yellow. I know they make yellow cricket balls for indoor cricket, but can you still shine it like a normal pink ball? I'm sure you can. It's just a dye. Why don't they use a white ball or an orange ball? That pink ball, I don't care what anyone says, I have trouble seeing it. And I know when I used to play golf as a young fella at school, if I used a red golf tee and hit the ball, do you think I could find the red golf tee on the green grass? Not in your life. I couldn't see it. People go, it's right there, mate. I can't see it. Where is it? And they'd have to point at it, and then I'd see it. I have trouble picking up red and pink against green backgrounds. I can see traffic lights fine, but when they're blended in with each other, I have a lot of trouble. And I didn't know I was colourblind until I went to join the army. I said, mate, you're colourblind. I went, nah, can't be. And I bloody am. So grass growing is more than, yeah. I don't know, mate. I've always loved my test match cricket. I know it can be boring at times, but test match cricket isn't as boring as it used to be. It used to be very boring, but a lot of test matches seem to be over in 3 or 4 days now. Batsmen have lost the ability to dig in and bat for a long time because they brought in all the short matches, the 2020s and the 50 over matches, and I think it's spoilt test batting. A lot of the batsmen don't know how to dig in now and score 200 or 250. They get in, they bloody, Travis Head the other day. Everyone's going, oh, what a great 100 that was. That was just a one-day innings, that one. He smashed 100. It was a great innings. He nearly got caught a few times doing silly shots. It wasn't a test match 100. That was a one-day 100. But anyway, pink balls like the paint. Yeah, but I don't know why. Who thought pink was a good colour to have for night cricket? I just find, and I honestly think, I've seen a few fielders in the pink ball comes out and they drop the catch, and then you can see the fielders looking, going, I didn't see it. I didn't see it coming. Like, I think we need to go to an orange ball or a white ball for bloody day-night test cricket. Like, we play one-day cricket with white balls, don't we? Why can't we play test matches with it? Because those pink balls suck ass. I don't like them. SMG's on. G'day, Brett. Yeah, he said he doesn't mind cricket. His whole business revolves around cricket, but indoor. Brett, on a serious note, I know you get yellow indoor cricket balls. They're still like a leather. They're not as heavy as a normal cricket ball because it's indoor cricket. They still hurt when they get you. That has a leather outing on it, and the 6-stitcher, the indoor cricket balls, they just have a different inner. Could you make a yellow cricket ball for test cricket? I'll wait to see what Brett says there. Why are they using a pink ball, mate? Is it something to do with, I don't know. I have no idea. Why don't they use an orange or a white cricket ball for day-night test matches? Why are they using pink? Because I personally find it hard to pick up. I really do. I know it's easier to see than the red ball at night. Obviously, red would be impossible to pick up at night cricket, but that pink needs to be even brighter. It needs to be yellow, or it needs to be orange, or it needs to be white. It needs to be a brighter colour. Yeah. Anyway, baseballs are bloody white, aren't they? Yeah, baseballs are all white over in the US. Here we go. Rob's said, talking to some of the players in the nets yesterday here at the Gabba. So Rob's actually at the test matches working, everyone. He was talking to some players in the nets before, obviously when they were warming up. The problem with a pink ball, that is too hard to judge distance at speed when it's coming towards them. Well, there you go. That's from the players. And I've seen people go to catch that ball on the slips, and it's like, I didn't bloody see it. Like, you can see the fielders are just shaking their head. They've dropped the ball, probably should have caught it, but it's not easy to pick up that pink ball. Why can't they just light the field? Why the colour change of the ball? Well, John, they do. They have massive floodlights for night cricket, like baseball, massive floodlights around, but the red ball is still obviously too hard to pick up at night. So they went to a day-night test match. How do I explain this? We have different versions of cricket. There's 20-20, 50-50, 50 over matches, and then there's test matches are your long ones that go over 5 days. 20-20 is just 20 overs of 6 bowls, and it's like just get in and smash the ball and get as many as you can in 20 overs. That's usually done at night time, and it's done with a white ball. 50-50 matches, 50 over matches are usually a day-night. So one innings will be during the day, and then the other team will bat at night. They use a white ball for that, for 50-50 matches. But for day-night test matches traditionally were always during the day, never at night. This has only come in the last few years, and they call it the pink ball test. So they bat at night. They had to change the colour. The red was too hard to see. They changed it to a bright pink. But I even find the pink hard to pick up. I think they need to go to a white or a yellow ball. And I'm hoping, Brett, pink balls are designed to provide balanced visibility in formats which transition from daylight to floodlights. Well Googled. No way you just thought of that off the top of your head. I know you too well, Hogan. You just dead set Googled that and cut and pasted it. Pink balls are designed to provide balanced visibility in formats which transition from daylight to floodlights. Well Googled. I know you, Hogan. You're not that smart. You Googled that and you cut and pasted it. Pink balls are designed to provide balanced visibility in formats which transition. Oh, I don't know, mate. Why can't they do it with a yellow ball, Brett? Surely a yellow ball would be better, or a white ball. We play 50-50 cricket with white balls. Maybe you can't shine the ball as much with a white ball or a yellow ball. You can't shine it. Surely it's just a dye in the leather. Surely you can. Crazy told me while he's having a ton beer. Yeah, well, there you go, everyone. What do you reckon about the pink balls? Don't go there. Do not go there. The blue balls are the ones you've got to worry about, everyone. Pink balls, I reckon we need a yellow or a white ball for day-night test cricket. I have trouble picking the pink up. It sucks. And I think the batsmen do, and I think some of the fielders are having trouble with it too. And Rob said they've even said it themselves. He's spoken to some of the players in the nets, and they're having trouble. So I'm glad you said that, Rob. Yes, I'm glad I'm not the only one who thinks that. Anyway, I've just about run out of things to say. No, I haven't. Now, the Mr. Buckaroony live feed on the 23rd of December. Me and Gidgey, next Sunday, I'll drive down to Townsville, and then on Monday morning, I'm flying to Brisbane and going to stay in a nice place in Brisbane for 4 nights. 4 nights, I think. Yeah, so in the city there, and we're going to do some family stuff, guys. Go out, catch up with some family and all that type of stuff. Me and Gidgey are going to go. There's an American, what do they call it? Steak, like where they do all the slow cooking, the briskets and the ribs and all that. There's one of those that like Texas barbecue, a Texas barbecue place in Brisbane that I saw on YouTube. I've given Gidgey the task of finding that Texas barbecue place in Brisbane, because we're going to go and visit it. I want to visit that joint while I'm down there with Ken. We're going to go and see some cousins. We're going to go and pay respects to our grandparents' graves and all that out at Mount Gravatt. We're going to do some family stuff, everyone. And then someone wanted the 2 AC/DC tickets off me. And I'm still waiting for my nephew to get off his ass and tell me how I can get those tickets to you. So don't worry. Worst case scenario, mate, I haven't forgotten about you. I will get back to you. We got AC/DC on the Thursday night. And then on Friday, me and Ken are driving from Brisbane to Hervey Bay. We're going to drop in and see Jace, Crazy Dog. And I'm going to see Terry G, pick my caravan wheel chock up that I drove off and left down in Newcastle. Terry rang me, Buck, I got your wheel chock. I said, what wheel chock? The one you drove away and left sitting on the concrete slab at the caravan park. I went, thank you, Terry. I owe you a beer. And Terry's going to give me the $100 Bunnings card as well for the prize giveaway. Crazy's going to put a couple of little beef roasts on his rotisserie, and we'll probably have a couple of ton beers with Crazy on the Friday night. And then on the Saturday, me and Ken are hauling ass from Harvey Bay to Townsville in the Raptor. I'll see if she can get up to 200 along the. No, you wouldn't want to get up to 200 on that Bruce Highway. There's so many potholes on it. And then we're driving to Townsville, and then we're going from pick my car up back to Innisfail, getting ready for the live feed. So I'm on a short time frame, but Christmas live feed, everyone. Do not leave it until the last minute to make your donation, okay? If you come on that night, on the Tuesday night, and you come in the car, oh, Buck, I'm just paying me money now, too late. You've got to pay it beforehand. If you want to be in the running to win a prize for you Aussie guys, make a donation. It's on my Facebook thing. I've pinned it at the top. Bank account details are there. I'll put it in again now. So here's the good news. I've got all your names here, everyone. Your names and what your YouTube name is. Everyone who's made a donation of a minimum of $10, okay, not per person, per YouTube name. A lot of people put an extra in. Thank you so much. I'll tell you now, we are sitting at about $2,800 at the moment. We're going to crack $3,000 for the Legends for Charity. We're going to crack $3,000. We're sitting on around 2,800 at the moment. 2,800, I think it was when I looked, or 2,795. It'll say 2,800. It's probably over that now. I haven't checked today. So get on there and bloody, if you want to win a prize that night, and come on and answer a question, and then go into the hat, the electrical hat that picks your name out. You've got to answer the question correctly and spell it correctly and put no capitals and no spaces. And then you go in the thing. StreamYard picks out a winner, and then you get to pick what prize you are, guys. We're going to have about 50 prizes. Did you see Blue Eddie? Blue Eddie the other day gave us one of those little power stations as a prize. I think Gidgey sold $500 worth of gear. So there's a $500 voucher from either the Weber shop or Barbecues Galore, whatever Ken wants to spend that $500. So there's going to be another $500 voucher at a barbecue shop that you can win. We've got lithium battery and charger. We've got that pizza oven, everyone. That thing is bloody good. I can't wait to do pizzas in it. I did the steaks in it 2 days ago, and I love cooking in it. It's compact. It's good fun. It's good fun to cook in. It really is. So they're still tweaking it, and they're going to put a pizza paddle in there. They didn't have a pizza paddle in. I said, put a bloody pizza paddle in with it. That's the whole idea of it. So anyway, they wanted some feedback. I gave it to them via an email. I said, you need a pizza paddle in there. So Suzanne said, yep, noted. That pizza oven is a bloody beauty. There is one of those going, okay? You have the chance to win one of those for no pizza ovens. They're about $420 or $450. They're a bit cheaper than the Uni. The Unis are going in $550, $600. So, yeah, I'm still going. G'day, Ross. Come in and say g'day to everyone. Come and say g'day. There's Roz, everyone. She's been over helping clean up from last night's thing. Hi, how good. I was just telling everyone, Roz, about last night. Yeah. The dancing and the food, and just an incredible night, wasn't it? Yeah, really good. All right, thanks for coming on and saying good day. She's a woman of few words, Roz is. She hates being on camera, everyone. Said, Rogers, put the GoPro on me and you will cop a flurry of uppercuts, let me tell you. What was I talking about? Yeah, the pizza oven. So you got a chance to win one of those pizza ovens. How good is Vano, everyone? Hold off on that. I know Gary Pies eyeing one off. I said, don't go too early, Gary. I said, you could win one yet, but they're still tweaking it, everyone. That one I've got is just a demo model. They're still tweaking it and everything, and I've given my feedback. They're going to have a look at the front door to make sure that is easy to put on, pizza paddle, instruction booklet, all that type of stuff. So early next year, they're going to be up and running. Once again, they sent me an email about commission. I said, don't want commission. I don't want any commission off yous. I don't work that way. I don't accept money off anyone unless it's to do with charity. I'll accept a free pizza oven off you to give away to you guys. I don't accept money off sponsors. Never have, never will, guys. I don't work that way. You know how I rock and roll. If I ask you for money, i.e. this, it goes, every cent of it goes to charity. It goes to charity. And we've got about 2,800. If you haven't done it, I know some of you's got to wait for payday. I get it, guys. But I don't want some of you coming on that night and getting all excited of the Christmas night. We're going to have Christmas trees in the background and all that type of stuff. Buddy, Ken will be here with me that night. It's going to be a fantastic night. We've got about 50 really good prizes to give away. I don't want people coming in, oh, Buck, I haven't paid me. Too late. You've got to get in and pay it before there, because I won't have time to be dicking around, going into my bank account, working out. So that was the deal, everyone. You've got to be subscribed to the channel, which is free, and you make a minimum of a $10 donation to the bank account I'm about to put up, and every cent of that is going to Ed and Naz next year for their charity event down in Victoria, and they're supporting the Mansfield Return Services League, the RSL. John, we have an RSL here, Return Services League, for veterans and serving. Anyone's allowed to go to it, but it's for former serving soldiers and veterans. And the Mansfield one, guys, isn't a big flash one with poker machines. It's a little sub-branch, so they self-fund. They've got a little wooden building there, and they've got a bar, and it's a place where people can come and have a good time at Mansfield out there in country Victoria. It's a little sub-branch, so they're self-funded. They want to do renos to the bar or do the floor up to the building. It's an old building. They have to raise the money themselves. It's not like one of the big flash Harvey Bay RSLs where they got poker machines and all that. It's not like that. It's just a little wooden shack, and people come and have a beer, and they raise funds to make it a better place for people to come and have a good time and get together. So the Mansfield RSL and the Starting Over Dog Rescue is the other one, an animal shelter. You know how passionate I am with animal shelters. So all the money goes for that. BSB, people are over there throwing shit at their computer going, type the BSB and account number, Buck, or we're going to knock you out. 833-205. Defence Bank is the bank, if you're wondering. If it comes up as Defence Bank, that's what I'm with. It used to be called Defence Force Credit Union, and they got a bit big and they became a bank. Defence Bank, I was banking with them when I was in the Army, and I've always stayed with them. They're a great little bank. I'd rather support them than the Commonwealth or Westpac or National Australia, or what's the other one? Oh, the other big one. Bloody ripping everyone off. I'd rather support the little banks. BSB, 833-205. Account number 204-22990. 204-22990. And the name, it just put Mr. Buckaroony. One word. If you put Mr. and then Buckaroony, no spaces, it won't work. When I ask for your name, just put Mr. Buckaroony. That works. Everyone's been doing that, and it works. There you go. Minimum of $10, $10 per YouTube name, not $10 per person. So if you and your missus come on under one name, it's just $10. You can put in more if you want, because every cent's going to charity. Get on and do that by the 23rd, everyone. Don't come on the 23rd and say, I haven't paid yet, and then go, I'll pay you $10. If you win a prize and then you try and pay you $10, don't work that way. The whole idea of this is there's people out there that try and scam you, and I'm trying to weed that out, everyone. And I thought, how do I do that? Subscribe to the channel, and then you've got to send me a donation, which all goes to charity. At least I know who you are. I'm not going to have bloody some Indian scammer come on. At least I know your real name, because it'll be on your bank transfer, and your YouTube name. Use your YouTube name as the reference. So if your name's John Smith, but your YouTube name's Diddly Donk, bloody A-grade Diddly Donk or whatever, you got to put A-grade Diddly Donk as your reference. I need to know your YouTube name, and your real name will be on the transfer. That's how I weed out some of the scamming assholes out there. You know how it is. Anyway, sounds like our veterans, VFW, Veterans of Foreign Wars, privately supported, not a government entity. Okay, I've never heard of that one, John. Yeah. No, that's all right, but there's a lot of little RSL sub-branches around, and they all have to, run meat tray raffles and all that to try and make their money, and they do it the good old-fashioned way, and when they get enough money, they might be able to buy a new fridge for their bar, or a better beer fridge, or, you know how it works. So Ed's ex-army, guys. Ed was in the army, if you didn't know, and he wanted to support the Mansfield RSL, which is a little sub-branch, and as we know, a lot of people in the community, we all love supporting animal shelters. So get in and pay your $10 or more, The reason we're up so high, $2,800, we're going to crack 3. I've no doubt about that. Even if it doesn't, I'll be making it up to 3 because it's a nice round figure. Ed Naz, if you're watching, and Rob the Wanderer, last time I saw Rob the Wanderer is doing the same thing. His Christmas thing is on the 14th, everyone. He's got some great prizes. Chrissy's Christmas hampers and Chrissy and Jeff's Christmas hampers and all that are on Rob's. He's brought his forward to the 14th. Rob's doing the same as me, 10 to try and keep the scammers out of there. $10, same thing. I threw 50 in for Rob, and he's already up to 700, and all his money's going toward Ed and Naz's Legends for Charity. So 2, 8, and 7 there, you know, like it's going to be well over $3,500 or something. We might crack 4. Who knows? Who knows? But get in and pay your donation. It's a donation, everyone. I don't get a cent of this. It's not a raffle. You don't get $10 worth of raffle. It doesn't work like that. On the night, it's a trivia night. You have to answer a question correctly, spell it correctly with no capitals or spaces to go into the electronic draw. And if your name comes out, you get to pick a prize. And I'm going to have all the prizes on a Gidgey's. This is going to be Gidgey's job. All the prizes I've got written down on a piece of paper. First one of the night, if comes out, Rob Richmond name comes out. Rob gets to pick. So we'll run you through all the prizes at the start of the live feed with all the pictures and everything. So you need to know in your head what prizes you want, okay? You're going to go pizza oven, lithium battery, the little power pack, the bloody $150 BCF. Just have about 6 of them in there, because when the pizza oven goes, Rob's going to go, I want the pizza oven. He won't, because he's got a different type of pizza. He might go, I want the lithium battery, the lead time lithium battery and charger. So Gidgey will go, lead time, lithium battery and charger, Rob Richmond, and then he crosses that out. And then he'll give you updates throughout the night saying, so you need to have, if you win a prize, within a minute of your name coming up on StreamYard, you need to have what you want in the comment section. And if I'll give you 1 minute, and if you don't come in and go, I'll take the Terry G Bunnings card, if you don't do that within a minute, I'm going to do a redraw. So otherwise, we're not going to get through the night, everyone. It's about 50 prizes. It's going to be a bloody cracking night. What other YouTube channel do you know you can go on there for a $10 donation and have a chance to win one of 50 prizes? And someone asked me, if you win one prize, does that mean you're out? No, I'm going to run it so that you can win 2 or 3 prizes. If you're lucky enough to answer the question correctly, and if StreamYard picks your name out, it's like a random electronic thing. If your name comes out twice, you answer, and your name you win 2 prizes. So you can win more than 1 prize on the night. I don't think I've told you that before. Someone said, once you win 1, is that it? No. You can win. I know someone last Christmas won 2 or 3 prizes. He was just bloody, just lucky. You know, you got to answer. And I'll tell you now, the first 10 questions, I'm not making terribly easy for you, everyone. The only way you'll get the prize is if you know the answer, you spell it correctly, or you cheat off someone who did get it right. You might be able to cheat off someone in the chat room, but you don't know if you're cheating and get the right answer. It's like at school, you used to look over and go, write that. And then when you test back, it's wrong. You go, you arsehole, I cheated off you, and it was friggin' wrong. I'm never cheating off you again. It's going to be like that. You've got to make sure you cheat off the right person, everyone. So, but towards the end of the night, the questions are going to get a lot easier. Hashtag Kings, hashtag lead time, hashtag ACA, FWA, Australian Camping and 4-wheel drives, or the people that helped out with this. And you just got to put the hashtag down. But at the start, because I know all the big prizes are going to go first, you're going to have to know the answers to it. And there's some there. I asked Lukey Reed on the phone the other day. I said, what's the answer to this, Luke? He didn't know. So that's one of the questions. If Lukey doesn't know, no one will know. Lukey didn't know it. He knows everything about this channel. Lukey did not know it. You might be able to guess it and do that, but what that does is it narrows down. So I haven't got 200 people. It narrows it down. So if you get it right, you've got a better chance of winning a prize. It's going to be a beauty. We've got some great prizes. I'm not going to go through it now because I'm not on stream yet. The other exciting thing I wanted to tell you, everyone, and it's going to be my final live feed before Christmas, next Saturday night, myself, Gidgy Gorilla, and Brett from SMG are going to be on next Saturday night at 6 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock Southern time. We're making the big announcement, everyone, of what our new charity drive next year is going to be. And all going well, the profits from that will also go towards the Legends for Charity. We could give it to another charity, but hey, Ed and Naz are putting in some real hard work to run a camping event down there. So the least we can do is to get in and support them. So it was looking dodgy up until 2 days ago. I didn't think this was going to happen. But thanks to the great work from the great man himself, Brett Hogan, guys, from SMG. If you don't know, Brett from SMG and Jason from Crazy Dog Canvas are brothers. If you didn't know, they're bloody two good mates of mine. They really are. They've helped me out so much. Jason's doing bags up for me as we speak, guys, for that that great cooking frame that Daryl from Tully made up. Said, Daryl, can you make one of these up as a prize? Yeah. Took him a day. He's knocked another one up. Got on a Crazy. Reckon you do a bag for this, mate? Yeah, mate. Yeah, no worries. So Crazy's doing a bag. Going to get one of those cooking frames in a Crazy Dog Canvas bag. That's one of the prizes. That's what I mean. Pay your $10 to charity and get on the 23rd because there are some bloody good prizes to choose from. The worst prize is probably a $100 gift card. Like, you can't go wrong. You can't lose. It's not like you can win a stubby cooler. There's $100 gift cards. They're probably the lowest prize out of everything. There's some absolute cracking prizes on that night, 50 of them. We're going to have to go like cut snakes to get it through. G'day, Newts. Newts had to go in for, speaking of surgery, John's wife Dana's got to go in for surgery on a broken ankle. Newts had to have some surgery, emergency surgery recently, everyone. Had a health scare. Newts, I hope you're doing okay, mate. You're still in the chat room, so you've survived. Yeah, Newts had to go in for emergency. I forget what it was now, but it was it was get in and get to emergency now and have an operation. It was one of those, well, I don't know if it was your appendix, I forget what it was now, but Newts is up and running, and he sent me a photo. It wasn't very flattering. He sent me a selfie, guys, and he had a piss bag hanging off him. What are they called? Not a colostomy bag. That's for number twos. He had a piss bag hanging off him. Thanks, Newts. It was a cracking photo, mate. I really enjoyed seeing that one. So anyway, let's give Newts a thumbs up from Scrunnel Funnels, everyone. Hope a catheter. That's it. Sorry, John. Catheter, not a colostomy bag. That's the other end. So anyway, Newts, hope you're well, mate. Hope you're recovering, and good to see they got to it in time, mate. And that's what happens when you get old. Things happen to us. You know, Dana bloody, she must have fallen down the stairs or something, broke her ankle. You just don't know what's around the corner, do you? That's why we've got to get out, have a good time while we can without taking any bloody silly risks and stuff like that. Watch this bloke, he bloody base jumps in America off cliffs. And I'm thinking, mate, you're a young man who've you've got a lot of years ahead. I know you probably get a thrill out of it, but it only takes one time for that parachute not to open and you are dead. And once you're dead, you don't very rarely get better. Once you're dead, and that's it, your life's over, mate. Is it worth jumping off a cliff when you only get one shot at it? I just don't know why they do shit like that. Crazy, absolute crazy. Yeah. Oh, Newt's had his prostate removed, righto. I wish I'd get mine removed. I'm bloody, takes me 10 minutes to have a piss now. Yeah, anyway, Newts, I hope you're on the mend, mate. I hope everything's going all right. I hope you're recovering okay. Base jumping as a Darwin factor. Yeah, they're braver than me, mate. You wouldn't see me doing that. Jumping out of a perfectly good aeroplane, or if I go on the edge of a cliff and I start getting vertigo, I'll go up in a high-rise apartment in Brisbane. I go out in the balcony, I start feeling dizzy. My knees go all weak. I get vertigo when I get up high. I'm shocking at heights, everyone. Absolutely shocking. I did a airborne rappelling course in the Army, 1986, out of bloody Iroquois helicopters, John. Airborne rappelling course. And you're hanging out on the skids about 100 meters in the air. Then if this rope breaks now, I'm dead. That's all there is to it. If this rope breaks, I'm dead. I hated every minute of that course. And then, of course, every time you do bloody adventure training, all these clowns who were abseiling qualified wanted to throw you off buildings and cliffs face first to scare the shit out of you, which it did. I've been face first down the front of buildings and cliffs and shit on abseiling ropes, and a lot of the young blokes used to love it. I hated it. I hated every minute of it. Oh, last doing the 50 cent, 5 cent thing. I hate heights. I bloody hate it. Yeah. John said we have bridge base jumping near here. Looks like fun, mate, but it's all fun until that thing doesn't open and you're dead. You don't get any second chance. At least parachuting, I guess they've got a chance to get their reserve chute out. One thing I reckon I could have a crack at, and I've been up in one, I've been up in a tandem one, is paraglide, the motor on your back and a parachute above you. I've been in one of those. It was a dual trike with a parachute, and I went in one of those once, and that was a bit hairy, let me tell you, having a parachute. But once the parachute's open, I mean, things can go wrong, but I wouldn't mind doing that paragliding. There's a guy in the States called Tucker Gott about to open his. That I wouldn't mind having a go, but people die in that as well. People have chute collapses because they do the wrong thing and they die. So it's a dangerous sport. Used to do Australian crawl when you went face first. Yeah, I don't face first. Once you do it the second time and that, you get a bit of faith in your equipment. But when you haven't done it a long time, you go to do it the first time and you're 10 stories up in a building and you've got to lean out over and you're facing straight down on a rope that big off a 10-story building. That was bloody ass puckering factor 100. I used to hate every minute. I've done all that shit. Anyway, I won't be doing it ever again. I've done it, never doing it again. Jumping out of helicopters, never doing that shit again either. Oh, dear. Anyway, so I got sidetracked. John, stop sidetracking me. Stop sending me down rabbit holes, will you? What was I talking about? Brett from SMG. This Saturday night, 6 o'clock, Saturday night coming. Me, Gidgey, and Brett are letting the cat out of the bag about our new charity venture. This one, I haven't been as excited about anything charity-wise. I've done some great charity stuff before with the shirts and all that. This is up there with that, guys. It's not shirts. It's not patches. It's not stickers. It's not stubby coolers. It is something that you probably never think about. There's a couple of people out there that know. It's out of left field, but it's going to be brilliant. And I'm going to need the bloody full support of the community for this one, because when you order the amount you have to order to make it financially viable, I just don't want to be left with a lot of them at the end. I hope I can sell them all. But when you see them, I'm excited. Brett's excited. Gidgey's excited. Even Ros went, yeah, they look good. That looks good. So Saturday night, you're going to find out. Tune in with a frothy one this Saturday night, which is the whatever this Saturday night is. I'll tell you in a minute. Next Saturday night, the 13th, everyone. That's right, because the next day I'm driving to Townsville, and then the next day I'm flying to Townsville to watch AC/DC in concert on the Thursday night. So, yeah, this Saturday night, the 13th, at 6 o'clock Queensland time, 7 o'clock Southern time, Brett's going to be on. He's done some magnificent work behind the scenes. Without him, this would not have happened, everyone. So Brett's going to be on, and we're going to show you videos and still photos of what this item is that you're going to have a chance to buy. And every cent, once me and Gidgey recoup our money, because we've put thousands into this, or we're going to be, we're putting thousands in to get it off the ground. We want to recoup our money. And then after that, every cent is going to Ed and Az. And we've got the potential to make thousands and thousands of dollars for this. This has got the potential to make a lot of money for the Legends for Charity. Once we get our money back of what you got to put the money up front for this stuff to work, everyone. It's a big gamble. We've already put $600 down to get the demos, or Brett did, put $600 of his own money down to get the demos done up. We saw the demos come out the other day, video on that, and we were very excited. We were nervous. It took a long time to get them. They finally came back and said, what do you reckon of this? And me and Brett were frothing everyone. They look bloody brilliant. Can't wait to tell you what. I wish I could tell you now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to keep you in suspense. Bucks full Monty calendar. No, you would need a microscope to see anything, mate. No, not a full Monty calendar. That's the last thing I'd put you people through. This Saturday night, you're going to find out. And then, obviously, we've got to wait for them to arrive and all that. It'll be early next year sometime, all going well. And then, hopefully, it gives me time to sell all these things. And then every cent of profit goes to Ed and Naz. I don't get a cent out of it, guys. Like most things, I end up bloody behind the eight ball when it comes to this. But I love doing it. It's all for charity. I love doing it. So it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Ed's on, mate. Ed, I don't know if you're on before. The donation thing for me, mate, I'm up to 2.8. Checked yesterday, I was up to 2,800. Rob the Wanderer's up to 700. There's, what's that, 3.5 grand so far between me and Rob coming your way. So it's going to be good, mate. And as I said, I don't know, I'm not getting down to your event. I don't know if Rob the Wanderer is going to get down to it, but we're all one big community, and you and Naz have supported our charities up here, so we want to do the same for you down there. We're all one big community, mate, and the least me and Rob can do is use our little YouTube channels to support your Legends for Charity down there, Mansfield RSL, and the Starting Over Dog Rescue. Anything to do with rescuing dogs, I'm in, guys. I love it. I just wish there was no dog in the world that needed rescuing. I wish they all had a loving home like bloody Rafa has, and all your pets. I'm sure you look after them as well. So there you go. All right, I've gibbered enough. How long have I been on? Nearly 2 hours. I might just go 2. I'll call it quit at 2. So tune in next Saturday, everyone, 6 o'clock, Saturday night. And what's that going to be for you, John? I don't know if you'll be able to tune in that. Me and Brett will be on, and Gidgey. We're going to have a 3-way thing on StreamYard, and we're going to let you know what it is. We'll keep you in a little bit of suspense for the first 10 or 15 minutes, tell a few stories, and then I've got a couple little videos and still photos of what this item is. And it's to do with camping. You can use it camping. You can use it at home. It's got multiple uses. And it's something that you'll get a long time out of. That's all I'm going to say. And it's bloody brilliant. It's brilliant. And it's got the buckaroony theme to it and everything. It's something no one else, not that I've seen anyway, I haven't seen anyone else do it in the YouTube world. And all the merch and that comes out, people have got their own camp chairs with their name on it, and it's something out of left field. It's something a bit different, but it's something you can use at home and out camping, and it's going to be bloody brilliant. I can't wait to show you. How excited are you, Brett? Me and Brett are very, very excited. We're frothing, everyone. As Brett says, I'm frothing. He's so excited, and it's going to be good. Probably not on next Saturday, I hope. Anyway, you'll get to see it on the thing. Personalised VB can. No, Ed, that will not be happening. Good to see. Who's your mate? I forget his YouTube channel now. Good YouTube channel. And he's going on about how the big success of the machete bins were in Victoria. 7 hours after everyone had to hand their machetes into these $1 million hand-in machete bins, John's probably sitting back going, Australia, what are you? Yeah. Don't include all the other states of Australia in with Victoria, John, please. They are down there, Ed, Naz, they're down there by themselves, doing their own thing, making their own stupid rules up, and they're embarrassing the rest of this country. So don't think it's Australia. It's just one state. Dead set. They got some issues down there. 7 hours after the amnesty, big word for me, amnesty for machetes, there was a machete attack in Melbourne. 7 hours after. So who threw the millions of machetes into the bins and police stations? All the people, all the honest people. You reckon those little Sudanese arseholes threw theirs in the bin? No, not on your life. The old gun buyback. You reckon the baddies handed their their AR-15s and everything in? No, they're still out there. It's only the innocent people. It's only the good people that abide by this. Hand your guns in, hand your machetes in. It's only us bloody idiots that do it, because all the baddies don't do it. There you go. Have a crack. That's him. Have a crack. Good channel, that. Have a crack. Yeah, very, very good channel. I feel sorry for him and you, Ed, living in Victoria. That could be a very good state, that. It's a beautiful state, beautiful coastline, beautiful countryside. It is a good state. It's a beautiful state. The people down there are strange, and I keep saying it, and the people running that state at the moment are killing the place. They are killing the place. Anyway, let's not go into politics, Buck. Buck, check your phone. Leggy Reed. Oh, Brett. Okay. Brett sent me a. Oh, wow. Geez, I'd love to show everyone that now, Brett. I wish you could see what I'm looking at the moment. That is, Brett's just done up this thing that we're announcing on Saturday night. Brett has just done up a photo with said item in the foreground, Buckaroony logo, and the big Legends for Charity thing as well. Mate, that looks good. That is unbelievable. Yes, you'll get to see that next Saturday night. I'm excited, everyone. This is going to be a beauty. We're going to be a beauty, but we're going to need the community to dig deep on this one. And it's something that you'll get years of use out of too, everyone. You'll get years of use out of it. I've got a fantastic story to tell you at the start next Saturday. I've got a great story to tell you, and then we'll lead into what this item is. Bucks, Budgie Smugglers. No, it's not my own brand of Speedos, mate. It's not clothing. I'll give you, it's not clothing. It's not clothing, nothing to do with clothing. There you go. There's another hint. Weirdly, I don't think I own a machete, just lots of other. Yeah. Oh, I do, mate. I've got a machete, my old original army machete. Haven't got the sheath for it anymore. It sits in the back of the drawer system on the BT50. I use it for husking coconuts. Brand. I used it the other day. I've got 3 massive golden canes, palm trees in the back, and they bloody palm fronds and that. And sometimes you get the green one, the dry ones fall down, you throw them in the trailer. Some of the green ones hang down, they come down too far. I just get the machete, straight off with them. I use my machete for, people use machetes for gardening, for doing gardening and camping, trimming branches, like chopping little dead branches when you're out. Machetes, if you use them for the right purpose, in the army, why'd we carry machetes in the army, guys? For lantana, we're going through the bush every now and then. And I remember an exercise once. We're trying to go through the bush, and we come across lantana, which is just this thick, bloody bush vine, and you physically cannot get through it. You cannot push through it. And the 2 guys out on point, John would say, or forward scouts, you'd be out the front with your machetes, sling your rifle, and we're hacking our way through, making a hell of a noise. But the only way you could get through was with your machete and cutting a path through the wader wile so you could get through it. Not the wader wile, the lantana. Wader wile was a whole new thing. Wader wile was another vine that you get here down near Tully in the rainforest here. Got big thorns on it. Wader wile. And when you run into it with you walk through the bush, when it grabs you, the only way out is to back out. You cannot keep going forward, because the more it's like a fishhook, the more you pull, the deeper in it goes. So the only way out of wader wile was to back out and go a different route, or get your machete. Ask any of the boys that have been to Tully Jungle Warfare Training School. They'll tell you what wader wile's like. Bloody got to carry a machete. That's why we got issued them in the army, for that very reason. So when you're out and doing a lot of Australian soldiers, a lot of work we used to do was jungle stuff. Okay, we got a jungle warfare school at Tully, just down the road here, and there's another one at Canungra, down on the Gold Coast hinterland. So yeah, that was when you go to a field unit in the army, you get issued a pack, your webbing, everything you need to go out bush, and a machete. That was one of the things you were issued in the army. And I've still got mine. I forgot to hand it back in when I got out. How about that? I still got it, still in the drawer system of BT50, and I use it all the time. You probably see me husking coconuts with it. It's bloody brilliant for taking the husk off a coconut when you want to get the juice in that. So, yeah. Blue Dog saying, I got a machete issued to me when I was at Norforce in 1996. Still got it, and still in my army trunk. Yeah, that was part of your combat equipment. When you went to a field unit, you go to the Q store, and they issued you all your combat equipment, everything you needed to go out in the field. Boots, uniform, like everything. And you'd go in, I'm here to get my DP1, it was called. DP1, what did that stand for? Anyway, here to get my DP1 issue. And we had a big list in the Q stores, and everyone got 4 water bottles, 4 water bottle covers, 4 ammo pouches, 1 backpack, 1 this, 1 sleeping bag, 1 hoochie, 1 that, like bloody machete. You know, it was a massive list of combat equipment that everyone got issued on their Q record. So you put it down, issued them all that, they'd sign for it. And if they ever go into a static unit where they didn't need to go field or whatever, they go into like we call them a static unit, they'd hand their combat equipment back into the Q store. We get their Q record out and go, yeah, he's returned that. Issues in black or blue and returns in red. Yeah, but I've lost my machete. All right, I'll write it off your Q record and it'll cost you a beer at the Boozer on Friday night. Righto. Otherwise, they'd have to L&D it, loss and damage report, and they'd have to pay for it. But when I was the Q as a young bloke, Buck, I've lost my machete. I want to keep my machete. All right. Cost you a 4X at the Boozer Friday night. Yep, you're on. So, yeah. Oh, dear, some dodgy stuff went on in the Q store. If you weren't shopping army, you were paying too much. That was the old saying. My uncle said there's 2 people when you join the army that you must get friendly with. One is the cook, and 2 was your QE or your storeman or your S4 John. As you get higher up, I was like the S4. I was the quartermaster. I was the guy in charge of all my units' equipment and made sure they got their food, got their MREs, got their bloody MO, got all the equipment they needed to do their job. That was my job in the army. It was a great job, but I tell you what, you used to make a lot of friends because we had a lot of privileges working in the Q store. We had some good shit in there, and yeah, cooks and Qees. The first 2 blokes you become mates with at the Boozer. Cooks and Qees. There you go. Anyone who's been in the army will know what I'm talking about. If you're not shopping green, you're paying too much. Exactly right. Not Kmart, Qmart. Our quartermaster store, we used to just call the Q store. Go to the Q store and get another radio. Go to the Q store, get batteries. Go to the Q store. We need rations and ammo and blah, 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 blah. For the next time we go out bush, go up the Q store and put in a stores request for it. And that was our job, making sure all our boys had everything they needed to do the job. So, yeah, Qmart we used to call it, not Kmart, Qmart, quartermaster store. Good shit. Anyway, on that note, I'll leave you. Get on with your weekend, everyone. I'll go out, have a cup of tea with Roz, and I'm not going to eat because I ate so much last night at the big feast, the Torres Strait Island feast. You should have seen the food there, everyone. It was unbelievable. They had 3 different cup murrays, or hungy, they call them in New Zealand, cup murray, or in New Guinea, they call them a moo-moo, cooking food underground. I wish I had that clip that I did at Christmas time. Remember, I did a big cup murray one Christmas about 6 years ago. We cooked bloody pork and lamb and dampers and pumpkins and everything underground. I haven't got that anymore. Unbelievable cook up that was. They had 3 pits going to cook all the food for the feast last night. They fed 250 people at least, and they could have fed another 250. Torres Strait Islanders know how to put on a feast, everyone. There was some beautiful food there. Everything from pork, lamb, all chicken dishes, dampers done underground. The dampers, the bloody underground damp got that smoky flavour to it. Bit of butter on it, just soaking up the old zura, the juice from the sweet and sour chicken and the coconut curry chicken. Bit of damper, soak the zura up. The Torres Strait Islanders call the gravy or the juice of a dish zura. And so yeah, that's what the damper's for, to soak the bloody coconut sauce up and all that type of stuff. What else was there? There was fish there, turtle. There was turtle there, which is protected, but islanders are allowed to hunt turtle, as we know. Don't know if there was dugong there, as I said. I didn't see dugong. I didn't hear people mention dugong. Dugong, if you've ever eaten it, manatee is a very fatty. It's like the fattiest pork chop you can imagine. That's what dugong's like. I've tried it. It was just really fatty. I have eaten turtle before, guys. First time I tried turtles when I was up in New Guinea, and one of the PNG sergeants said, "Buck, I want you to come around and meet my family on the weekend." This is the type of shit that you get to experience sometimes. Anyway, I'm living in a foreign country, teaching their soldiers how to do shit. Anyway, come around and meet my family. I turn up on a Saturday morning, and Danny Sarapo, his name was. Danny's his wife and his daughters are dressed up in florally, like similar to the islands, and doing their traditional dance. When I walked into the yard, they did a traditional dance for me. Anyway, we had a few SP lagers, South Pacific lagers, me and Danny and his family, and he was doing a moo-moo. He was cooking a bit of food underground, which is the same as a cup murray or a hungy, and he was cooking turtle up in coconut milk in a pot. And he goes, "Look at that." I said, "What's that, Danny?" I knew it was something cooking up in coconut milk. He goes, "Turtle." He said, "You got to try it." And I went, "Oh, can't be rude. I've got to try it." Anyway, I tried it. It wasn't too bad. It's a red meat. I'm fussy with white meat. So turtle's a red meat. I ate it, and I must admit, I did try turtle at one of the Roz's dad's tombstone opening, the big feast there. I think I tried turtle and dugong that night. Roz doesn't eat turtle, guys, or dugong. She doesn't. Oh no, you can tell the ones that are from the islands and the ones that live in the like Cairns and all that, because Roz doesn't touch turtle or dugong. If you're wondering, she loves her coconut curry chicken and stuff like that. Anyway, see you later, Joshy Hatch, Newts. Hope you're getting well. Going to do one day. Ed, John over in Oregon. Best wishes to Dana, mate. Hope everything goes good for operation. Sad to hear that I was wondering why there was no clips coming out. Now we know Dana had an accident on the cruise ship and broke a bloody ankle. So best wishes to Dana from all the community, mate. Hope everything goes all right with the operation. And you're going to have to run around after her now, mate. Do everything for her. And I hope she milks it for everything it's worth. I hope she gets you bloody working hard. Yeah. Newt said, going through the bush, in infantry we used garden pruners or secateurs. Yes, I knew a lot of guys that used to carry secateurs on their webbing for that very. Machetes were too loud. Yes, they were, mate. I think if you turned up at Tully with a machete and stuff, you'd probably get a kick up the arse. Secateurs or garden prunes. Yes, I've seen a lot of grunts wearing them on their webbing, Newt, so I'm glad you said that. Right, enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you next Saturday night, everyone. Exciting reveal next Saturday night. I'm really looking forward to that. Make sure you tune in with a frothy one next Saturday night for the big reveal. It's top secret and it's bloody exciting. See you later. Be good. Look after each other, eh? See ya.